Alright guys, I hope you're having an amazing day. As you can see by the title of the video, I'm going to be doing a review on the 2020 Land Rover Defender 110 series. Version, and it's such a big deal because this is the first time they released this car in about 4 years. I'm going to tell you guys everything about this car from the inside to the out. I'm going to show you guys the exterior and the interior and tell you guys everything I know. I want to show you guys the interior of the dealership. Everything looks so modern and sleek, and the customer service was great. Make sure to check them out if you're ever around town. So this is what the inside of the hood looks like. Obviously you can tell it's nothing special. This car features a 3-liter 6-cylinder engine with 395 horsepower, giving it a 0 to 60 of 5.3 seconds, which is insanely fast for a Land Rover. It's almost triple the amount of the old Land Rover Defender. So I do really like what they did with the lights right here. As you can see, we have some LED lights, and the main light is a half circle right here, and then on the left you have 2 lights that are squares. Then inside the squares are where your blinkers are, and then down here there's also another extra light right there. So this is what the key looks like. I'm not sure if it's actually a Defender key or just a regular Land Rover key. I'm guessing it's just a regular one because there's no back door opener. This back door opener does nothing for the actual car. And then we have our light button right here to turn on the LED lights, turn off and on. And then we have the lock and unlock button. I'm pretty sure there's no remote start. The cool thing about these keys is I can put them in my pocket, walk up to the car, and all I have to do is press this and be next to the car with the keys, and it unlocks the car. And then when I want to close it, I just close it, press it, and it puts the windows in and locks the car up. And as you see, there are 8 squares on the back of the car, and all those squares are lights. They're the brake lights. So basically, whenever you brake, all the lights come on, which is good for cars behind you to see you. So obviously, this car is a push start. That's what most 2020 cars are. All you have to do is hold down the brake, and you press the start button. And it turns on just like that. One of my favorite features about the inside of this car is the mirror. As you can see, it's very slick looking, and it works like a normal mirror right here. You can see my hands, you can actually see my face as well. But with one flick of a switch right here, it turns into a camera, a rear view camera, which is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So I'm gonna show you guys that again. This is what is behind the car right now, and then it turns into a mirror like that, and you flick it up, turns into a camera. And the camera is actually on the fin of the car, on the top of the car, so it's about 7 feet up. That is just one of the coolest features about this car. I really find that interesting. So this is what the dashboard looks like, nothing too crazy. The electronics in this thing are incredible. One of the reasons this car is such a popular off-roading car now, the modern version of it is so popular, is because of the electronics that it has. The electronics in this car puts you in the perfect position that you need to be in to do any off-roading task. So as you can see right now, we are on the home menu. You can actually swipe over here, you can swipe over here, a lot of different things. You can connect your phone. If you come down here on the camera icon, it gives you a 360 view of the car, which is pretty cool. You can actually go around and look at different sides of the car. And as you can see right here, there's chairs in this room, so it shows you the chairs on here. Something pretty cool. It reminds me of the Tesla Model Y that we drove, how it showed you the cones on the side of the road. And then on the front camera, you can also see the chairs that are in front of us out there. Now we took a step down, and this is what the control board looks like. A bunch of different buttons that you see in normal cars, like the air conditioning inside. You got the off-road right here and the downhill right here. You got your controls to turn up and turn down the heat. This is actually a seat warmer and a seat cooler. Not sure if this exact car comes with a seat cooler, but I know a lot of them do. And then obviously right here, this is what you get your different gears, and you got the reverse, the neutral, and the drive. And speaking of that, this car is an 8-speed automatic transmission, and like I said before, it is a 3-liter 6-cylinder 395 horsepower, which is actually pretty insane. This car does 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds, which is definitely on the faster end of cars, with the average car being about 8.2 seconds, and this being well under that. And then down here on the bottom of the dashboard, you have 3 different types of charging. You get to choose whatever you want. Right here we have the normal car charger that most cars come with. Right here we have a standard USB, and then right here we have a USB-C, which is what most iPhone chargers are now. And then right here we have a normal 2-cup cup holder, and it doesn't come out or anything like that. Now on the front dashboard, it's a normal dashboard. Like you can see, you have a picture of the car in the middle, and then on the left you have your miles per hour. You can also change that to kilometers per hour depending on what country you're in, just a fun fact. And then on the right you have the RPMs like a normal car, and this little button right right here. This actually controls up there, so you just press right here to clear it, and then you can go over and you can change it to whatever you want, just like that. And now I'm in the back seat of the car, and one of the first things I noticed is there's actually a charger right here, a 5-volt USB charger, in case one of the kids is charging one of their phones or iPads or tablets or something like that. And then right here, I heard that this is a little thing that you put a little stand in there, and it can hold up an iPad so the people in the back don't have to do that themselves. And this little button right here is on the door of the back left car above. It basically shows you if there's cars in your blind spot, so you don't open up the car and a car hits you and hits the door off your car. And then on the back, you have 3 different controls for the back seat passengers, all for changing the heat and the temperature of the car. And then down here, it seems like they went a little charger crazy, because there's a normal car charger right there, 2 USB chargers, and then another one right there, which seems pretty crazy, but it's actually not, because a lot of people forget that this car is a 7-passenger car. There's also 3 seats in the very back, and the top of this car features a panoramic sunroof if you want to look up at the sun, or if it's nighttime and you want to look up at the stars. And it's not just a sunroof, it actually opens up with the press of a button. You can also raise and lower the car for an off-road obstacle by pressing the button on the inside of the trunk. There are also windows on the top back corner of the car built for safaris, but I'm not sure how many people will actually use that feature. So this is what the driver of the car sees. As you can see right here, we have a leather steering wheel, and this button right here actually heats up the steering wheel, which is pretty nice, especially in the winter times. As you can see, there's snow outside. This is a first-person view of sitting in the Land Rover Defender. One of my favorite things about the interior of this car is this little space right here. It's actually a built-in cooler. You just press this button right here, and it makes it pretty cool. I can stick my hand there and already feel the air get cooled in there. So if you need a cooler, you just put your drinks in there, sandwiches in there, anything you want, you can put in there to keep it cool. And then my next favorite thing is the wireless charging. You just put your phone right there and watch. The phone turns on and it starts charging. That is pretty insane. This is the first car I've ever seen that in. Alright guys, that concludes my review on the new Land Rover Defender. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.